Hi, and welcome back to Life Hope Talks. I'm Selena. Are you dating again after a period of not dating? This whole pandemic has made it a pretty rough for us to date. But if you are dating again, I have 6 tips for you to keep in mind. Tip number 1: have confidence about what you bring to the dating relationship, whether it's creativity, you're a good person, you are gentle, you're kind, whatever it is about you. Walk into that date having that confidence of what you bring. And if the person you're dating can't see that, then they're bad. They miss out on you. The second tip is to go with the flow. I know that when you haven't dated after a long period of time for whatever reason, you're nervous about it. It can be anxiety provoking. You don't know the person. Maybe it's hard to read this person. You might be thinking that you're uncertain about how the date is going, but the other person can think that the date is going fantastically. So just kind of go with the flow. It's okay to have random conversations, to talk about the North, then come back and talk about the West, then revisit the North again. Just go with the flow of it. Tip number 3: don't tell your life story on the first date. Your date does not need to know what happened with you from birth all the way up until the time you're sitting in front of him or her. Refrain from telling her everything. They don't need to know all the bad things that has happened to you, all of your life experiences. Just refrain from that because it can be a turn off. It can be a bit much, as people say sometimes. It could be just too much information. So just refrain from telling your whole life story. If things go well, you'll have that opportunity to share that with him or her as time goes on. Tip number 4: smile. Don't forget to smile again. I know dating after a long period of time, even if you haven't dated in 6 months, you can be nervous about it. It's expected that both of you are nervous, even if he or she are not showing it. It's a anxiety provoking situation because again, you don't know that person. You may be hard to read them. You don't know what they're thinking. You got to kind of figure things out, but it can be nerve wracking for you. Just don't forget to smile. Don't look so tense and you know act like you can't smile, like you don't have a gorgeous or beautiful smile. Don't forget that. Try to relax as much as possible because you have a lot to bring as well. It's not just putting forth your best so that the other person can see your best. They're trying to do the same thing you're doing. And even though it may look like he or she are good at it, they're fighting it too. Both of you are in the same boat. You don't know each other. It's your first date, second date, maybe. So give yourself a break. Remember to smile. Tip number 5: don't interrogate your date. If you start firing off questions after question after question, it can be a very big turnoff. Just try to have that conversation about different things. If you want to know what's his favorite color or where she's from, or if you have some of those burning questions, the more you talk, the more opportunity you will have to ask those questions. But if you keep firing off questions like you're a police officer and you're interrogating a suspect, then that date probably going to end pretty quickly and the person is going to feel uncomfortable and you may get blocked, ghosted. You know how that goes. So try to refrain from interrogating them and asking all of these questions and kind of checking off in your mind your mental notes about different things. And tip number 6: don't look for perfection. Nobody is perfect. And the older a person is, the more life experiences they've had, good and bad. People change, people grow, people make mistakes. People learn from those mistakes. But if you go into that date thinking that this person is perfect, you're looking for perfection, then you're going to be alone for a long time because no one is perfect, not one person. And then remember, regardless of how you may have met this person, I know that online dating is the big rave. I mean, it was very big before the pandemic. It's even bigger now just because of the pandemic and social distancing. Although we have various states that are reopening, you still have states that have gone back to locking down. So online dating is a very big deal right now, a very big avenue to meet new people. But remember, a lot of those pictures and things that you see online, social media, they've taken those pictures a lot of times before they uploaded that good one. So if you go in there looking for perfection, then you're going in with an unrealistic expectation because perfection does not exist. We are people and people make mistakes. It will be advisable to go into that date or even before you even go out on the date. Have you had a conversation with this person to kind of see what they're about, to see what they're kind of bringing, you know? Maybe you've had the opportunity to talk to the person, even if you met them online or met them through a friend. Hopefully you've had the opportunity to talk, to hear that person's voice, and just kind of chat it up a little bit before you go out on your date. That can help bring down some of that anxiety that you might feel and help to readjust your reality. Because again, when you're looking at people online and you're looking at pictures, they're uploading the best ones. They're not uploading the crappy pictures. They're uploading the best ones, the ones that's going to get attention, or maybe the one that they feel like was the best picture out of the bunch. Again, don't go in looking for perfection because no one is perfect. We've heard it before, but often people go in and they're looking for just these little minor things. And if the person doesn't have it, then they're ready to cut off their relationship. And next thing you know, it takes them a couple of years before they even get another date. So don't sabotage yourself by looking for perfection because perfection does not exist on this side of heaven. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please comment, subscribe, like, share. I'm over on Instagram. Thank you so much for stopping by and watching. And until the next time, please take care of yourself.